I bet a lot of you out there didn't even know that there was a sequel to Jetpack Joyride, which there is. So why does this 12-year-old game just recently have a sequel? I don't know, ask the company or something, but I think there's a reason a lot of people don't remember about this, whether that's due to poor marketing, it not being available in most places, or just the idea being repetitive. There can be many reasons why this game isn't talked about as much as the first one, and you bet your boy Bro Zero is gonna talk about each reason. So yeah, let's get into the forgotten Jetpack Joyride sequel. No offense to like the 5 people who actually play this game, but from my experience, I haven't seen much people talk about this, which is why I consider it as forgotten. So let's get into it.
Wake up in the morning, conversation boring. See that you're across from me, you wanna hear my story, yeah.
So this game was, the big S word, soft launched on February 26, 2021. It was only available in countries like Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. It was made by the original developers over at Half-Brick Studios. So what was this game actually like? Well, I haven't played it myself, big rip, but from what I've seen, not gonna lie, this looks exactly like the first game. Like, the graphics are a bit updated obviously, but majority of the overall gameplay looks straight out of the first game, which could be a reason why people didn't really care about this, cause you know, it looks too much like the first game in my opinion, so maybe that threw off people. However, believe it or not, this game does have some few differences, such as the fact that Barry has a life bar, which now means that he can take more than one hit without dying, which yeah, to be honest, that's a pretty neat feature. There's also a new stage in this game where Barry has to fight off these robots or something. Look, I'm trying to find something interesting to say about this game, but as mentioned before, from what I've seen and from my research, this game is basically the same ideas from the first game. Which, don't get me wrong, isn't always a bad thing. I mean, don't fix what's not broken, right? But when making a sequel to such an old game, well, it can't be too much to ask for some new things. Now here's something that's actually interesting about this game, the release history of this. So remember when I said that this was soft launched on February 26, 2021? Well, forget that apparently, cause on August 2nd, 2022, the game announced that it was gonna go to that paid streaming service for mobile games that nobody has, aka Apple Arcade. Now I will make a video about Apple Arcade eventually, but for now, all you gotta know is that personally, I don't like it. A lot of great games on this service would be much more successful if it was not exclusive on the streaming service app, cause barely anyone has this. But anyways, yeah, if you wanna play this game, then you're gonna have to get Apple Arcade, which hey, might also be a reason why not much people remember this thing. It released on a streaming service app thingy that barely anyone has. And even then, what are the chances that the few people who do have Apple Arcade would actually be interested in a sequel to a 12-year-old game? Oh, and I guess I should have mentioned that there's a story in this or something which the original didn't have. But this is a mobile game and most mobile game stories aren't really much to talk about, so there's that. Overall, even though I haven't played this game myself, going straight off of research and gameplay clips, I'd say that in my opinion, this thing failed because of a lot of reasons, such as the fact that it was on Apple Arcade specifically, didn't have that much changes compared to the original, and is a sequel to a game that, as iconic as it is pretty outdated. I mean, don't get me wrong, Jetpack Joyride is still an iconic mobile game, but it was never as big as something like Angry Birds or Cut the Rope, where it had a die-hard community. So to make a sequel to this game so recently probably wasn't the best idea for this company. I mean, how much Jetpack Joyride fans are still out there? There's not much of a community for this game as the other games like I mentioned before, like Angry Birds or Cut the Rope. So I don't think there's much die-hard fans who would want to play a sequel to this game, especially since this game, as mentioned before, is basically like the first game, so you could just, you know, play the first game, which is free unlike this one. But what do I know? I haven't played this myself, so maybe y'all should just try this game out yourself and see what you think of it, cause I'm just going off of research and gameplay clips. Again, I haven't played this, so go play this game yourself and get your own opinion. If you want to play a great game from Half Brick Studios that's free, then go play Dandaman. It's a great game with a good story and it's pretty underrated. But I'm a dip now. Subscribe for more videos about mobile games and I'll see you in the next one. Wait, I just realized. I'm human now. What the fuck?